Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Damian Haas podcast or Damian Haas YouTube channel. I'm Damian, and today we have such an important thing to talk about. Today is Silent Saturday. Yesterday was Good Friday, and tomorrow is going to be Easter Sunday. I feel like Silent Saturday is a part of the story that a lot of people skim over because I used to not be a Christian, and this is my first time ever hearing about Silent Saturday, and I feel like this is something that everyone should hear because this is such an important part of the story. It's just as important as any other part, so I'm so glad that I get to share this with you guys. So, today is the day that Jesus was put in his tomb, the herbs surrounded him, a stone was rolled over, and guards were set. In Luke 28:50 through 56, it talks about how Jesus was buried, and then in Matthew 27:62, it talks about how the tomb was sealed, and then in John 21, it talks about how Jesus rose on Sunday. So this is such an important part of the story because the Bible is very silent about Silent Saturday. It doesn't say a lot, and I feel like that silence speaks levels. You know, I feel like this silence really shows what it's like to feel in between things, to feel distant from God. I feel like this really represents that very well. And the main message of this is the reality of Saturday. All of his disciples were struggling. They were confused. They were questioning everything Jesus had ever told them. They were grieving and they were hurting so bad. And I mean, this was just a hard time for them. And I'm sure they felt so distant. And I feel like some of us are in our own Saturday. Some of us are in a time of our lives where we feel like our prayers aren't being answered. We feel so disconnected from God. We feel so far apart from God. We feel like our relationship is just falling apart with him. And you know, I felt like that before. I feel like God has been silent in my life before. I feel like my prayers haven't been answered. But I feel like Silent Saturday teaches us to have faith in silence. Now, what does faith in silence mean? Saturday teaches us to trust without clarity. Now, what does that mean? I mean, in my eyes, I feel like it shows us that God was still working. Even when all of his disciples felt so far away from him, Jesus was still working. Jesus was defeating death in silence. So even when you feel distant from God, even when you feel so far apart from him, God might just be doing his biggest thing for you in silence, in your wait. I mean, Silent Saturday just teaches us so many things that we need to know because a lot of us struggle with our connection with God. I mean, like I just said, there has been so many times in my Saturday season where I just feel so distant from God. Like every time I pick up my Bible, I'm just not learning anything. Like every time I pray, I'm just praying to a wall. Like there's just nothing there. But Silent Saturday shows us that we are not alone in those things. His disciples felt like that too. That's why the Bible hardly talks about Silent Saturday. But this is such an important part of the story that a lot of people need to know. Because having faith isn't just knowing something's there. Like, do I have faith that this wall is there? Do I have faith that this jersey is hanging above me? Do I have faith that this water bottle's right here? No. I have faith in things that I can't see. Faith is believing in something because you believe in it. Not because you can see it. Not because you can feel it. That's not faith at all. If we had to see Jesus, to believe in Jesus, there would be zero Christians on earth. I promise you that. There would be zero. Because that's not what faith is. And Silent Saturday can teach us so many things. It teaches us to have hope of what's coming. Because the day before Silent Saturday, it was Good Friday, you know? But that day, Jesus was crucified and beaten and tormented and humiliated and stripped naked in front of all of these people, and such horrible things happened to them. And then the next day, they're just taking all that in. They're living with that. They're in hiding. They're trying to really take in all these things that's happening. And Silent Saturday teaches us that we need to have patience and we need to trust in God, because you might be in your Saturday season right now, but God calls us to have faith in him. He calls us to have trust in him. He wants us to completely just, have faith in him. Trust God, because God has plans for you. You never know. Maybe he's making his biggest plan for you right now. When you feel this distant from God, maybe this is just him working his biggest project for you. You never know. Man, they had no idea that Sunday was coming. They had no idea. And I feel like that's the beautiful part in it, because we just have to have hope. We have to have hope. I don't know when my Sunday's coming. You don't know when your Sunday's coming, but we know it's coming. We know it's coming. So we need to trust in God completely. We need to stop relying on our own understanding, stop relying on our own worries, and listen to God for a minute. What does God have in store for us? And I promise you, God has a lot more in store for you than you could ever imagine. And that's the beautiful part about it. Silent Saturday, the more I've read about it, the more I've done my research on it, the more studying I've done, I've realized how much this means to me, because in my life, there has been countless times where I have been praying. As I said before, felt like I was praying to a wall. There's been times where I've read my Bible, and as I said before, it just felt so dry. It felt like there was nothing. I was getting nothing out of it. I wasn't learning anything. And that's the beautiful thing in it. God teaches us to trust in him, have faith in him, as I've said so many times before. It teaches us so many things, as I keep saying. And I've realized that when I have this weird feeling in me, when I have my dry season, when I'm in my Saturday season, I've realized that faith is knowing God's there and knowing God's working even when I can't feel it. For example, when I was playing football, right, I was trying out for this running back position because I'm a sophomore, all right? I'm 16, and last year I played running back, okay? And I felt like running back was really what I wanted to do. I worked so hard to be running back because we ran a wing T offense, and a lot of you aren't going to know what that's about. But a wing T offense, you hardly throw the ball, man. And I always wanted to play a receiver, right? I always wanted to catch the ball, run, get my touchdowns, get my yards, really move the chains. But the thing about that is the only way I could get the ball was at running back. We had a receiver on our team in a wing T. We had one spread receiver, and that receiver, he had a couple touchdowns, but we hardly threw the ball. We had two pass plays. Left 549, and then right 548 waggle. Left 549 waggle, and the right 548 waggle. Those were our two pass plays. In our whole playbook, we had 40 trap, 41 trap. We had 48 buck sweep, 49 buck sweep. We had 23 belly, 22 belly. We had all these other plays. We had all run plays. We had three running backs. We had our quarterback here. We had our fullback here, a wing and a wing. All right, then we had a tight end who ran out for a pass, and we had a receiver who ran out for a pass. I actually caught a pass this year. I actually had one catch this year, and it was on this one formation. We literally came up with it halfway through the game. It was Army-Navy, and it was a pass play. I was in the slot, ran a little out route, caught a pass. Got maybe 6 yards. It was terrible. But, I always thought that receiver was my thing, right? And I let God get me through running back. And as I played running back, I got a lot stronger. My squat increased 80 pounds. My bench increased 40 pounds. I learned that if I want to play running back, if I want to hit those holes, I got to be strong. I got to be able to break them tackles, man. I had to really work on myself and get better so that I could do that. But when I wanted to play receiver the year before, I hardly worked. I just ran on my route running, but I was weak. I was tiny. I was a little thing, man. And I feel like I trusted God, okay? I trusted God, and I still do trust God. And now we got a new coach from a rival school, and he completely changed the offense around. We run an air raid like USC does. And having that faith in God, look, everything turned out perfect for me. I'm now a slot receiver. I'm getting work in from all these new coaches, and they're teaching me so many things I never heard of. And I have this immense faith in God, and look at how that turned out. It took years, but that faith in God worked out exactly how I wanted to. I got stronger, I got faster, and I got a lot smarter. And now look at where I am. I'm exactly where I wanted to be. That's what having faith in God is all about. Sometimes you can't understand it, but God works in ways that is so beyond our understanding. We just have to have faith in God. That's what Silent Saturday is all about. Because, as I've said before, I feel like I'm running in circles, but I really want to get this point across. They had no idea Sunday was coming. We have no idea when our Sunday's coming. Yesterday might have been your Friday that something terrible happened. You might have lost a loved one. You might have been battling with this sin forever, and you finally fell back into it. You might be struggling and going through things that I can't even imagine. But the thing about it is, today is your Saturday. Sorry for cutting out, you guys. My dog was barking like crazy, and I didn't want that to mess with it. I don't know why my microphone picks up so much noise, but it does. But today is the day where your faith needs to be the strongest. You never know when your Sunday's coming. I never knew when my Sunday was coming, but when it came, good things happened to me. And Sunday season, I call it a Sunday season because that's a thing that happens all the time. You're not just going to struggle once with God and then it's just going to get perfectly better. No, Jesus says that following him is not easy. You have to be uncomfortable with your life to follow Jesus. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Following Jesus has not been very easy for me. It has come with a lot of struggles. But man, like, the things that I get from it, and it's not even just the things I get from it, so I don't want y'all to take that the wrong way. But like understanding the love that Jesus has for me and understanding how much it's changed my life to love others just as he loved me, it has done miracles in my life, and I'm so grateful for God. And if y'all are in a Saturday season right now and y'all are struggling with things and you think that nobody really understands you, I will tell you someone who understands right now, and that is Jesus Christ. He understands you completely. All the temptations you're going through, Jesus was tempted by the devil for 40 days. Jesus understands you completely. And the thing is, you never know when that Sunday is coming. So you, as I have said countless times, running in circles again, you having faith in Jesus is exactly what you need, because Jesus was working and defeating death in silence. God might be working in silence for you right now, but your biggest project that God is working on might be right now. Whatever you were going through, whatever you are going through, God's biggest project might just be revealed to you very soon. Or maybe it could be like me, where I wanted to play receiver. It could take years. You never know how long that could take. But if you trust God, promise you it's coming. It always comes. It always does. And I love it. And I'm so glad that I got to share this with you guys. And if this video resonated with you, if it hit you in a good way, if you know somebody who's struggling with something, I ask that you share this video with them, because you never know how much this could help them. I never heard about Silent Saturday. Before I was a Christian, I never heard about it. I learned about Silent Saturday maybe 3-4 days ago. That's my first time hearing about it. And I am so glad that I get to share this with people. Even if hardly anybody watches, even if thousands of people watch, I'm so glad that even if one person sees this, I'm doing the right thing. I'm so glad you guys get to hear about this. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, please share it with them. Because all I would have wanted when I wasn't a Christian is someone to share God's love with me. So share this with someone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end in prayer. Lord, we just thank you so much for everything you do for us, Lord. We are so blessed. Maybe our Friday was yesterday. Maybe our Friday's today. Maybe we are struggling with things. Maybe anyone's watching is struggling with something, and they want you, Jesus. Maybe they need you, Jesus. Maybe we all need you, Jesus. I just ask that you come to them in dreams and visions and help them get through all these things. And I ask that you keep their faith strong, Lord, so that their Sunday can come and good things can come for them. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. And like, subscribe if you want to. Share this with someone, because I'm going to be posting videos as often as I possibly can. Maybe every day. I'm going to post one tomorrow on Easter Sunday. I'm going to try my best to. And I'm going to talk about how much Easter Sunday means too. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to invite people in here. We're going to have real talks about how God's working in our life. We're going to have real talks, real faith, and just real episodes, guys. Thank you so much for watching for the final time. Bye-bye.